Hey guys, so welcome to another video in our Elden Ring walkthrough series. We're gonna go ahead and keep going with Mountaintop of the Giants here. We have a dragon to fight, basically right off, if you pardon my cyberpunk, right off the bangle. We're gonna grab a golden seed on the way. And we're going to grab a golem that's taking a nap on the way. But the first real big piece of content that we're going to be doing today is a dragon fight. Now, while we're on the way to said dragon fight, there's nothing really going on. Let's go ahead and talk about the dragon fight. It's Borealis of the Mist. I think that's the full name. Either way, he is an asshole. And I have never, and it might be just me, but I have never been able to fight this dragon without being on torrent. So we're going to fight him on torrent. We're going to make this guy mad, get him to follow us, and we need him to break open this statue here. But yeah, I tried it on the live stream like 3 or 4 times last night, and we just had to get on torrent. There was no way around it. We tried quite a few times to not be on torrent to do it. I don't like to do gimmicky strategies for bosses or anything like that. But it seems like that being on torrent for this dragon fight isn't the gimmick, right? If that's the only way you can reliably beat the boss, that is the strategy. So that's what we're gonna do. We're not gonna be too chuffed about it. We're going to switch up our talismans a bit to help us out with that and being on torrent. We're also going to add some items to our action bar to help us with torrent's health should we take damage, which we will. So we're going to go ahead and get prepared. So we're going to grab a green turtle talisman, and we're going to grab our lance talisman, and we're going to swap these out. Green turtle, lance, and we want to get, what do we have? We're going to get some sweet raisins. We shouldn't need more than 3 anyway. And then what we're going to do is we're just going to hop on torrent, and we're going to run. You see that stand of 3 trees and then that one big tree? We're just going to run right in between those trees until the dragon appears, and then we're going to immediately turn around and run the exact opposite direction until we get out of the fog. And then after that, we will engage the boss. But we're not going to fight the boss in the fog. We're going to get out of the fog and then re-engage the boss. There's the dragon, and we're going to run away. Alright. I'm just going to wait for the fog to clear up. Once the fog's cleared up, we'll head back. We will summon Mimic. Although Mimic... another thing that we want to add is Dragon Grease. Add Dragon Grease. There we go, there's one. Now Mimic's not going to do much here. But we're still gonna bring Mimic. Let's go ahead and run away. And that breath attack. And let's go ahead and do our buff. Now we're gonna get on Torrent, and we're gonna do the buff. Want to watch your frostbite build up? Give Torrent a raisin. Let's put on our dragon wind grease because we forgot that. Let's go ahead and heal up here. Alright, so we got seppuku for free. So we don't have to hunt down that beetle. Now this dude's got a lot of hit points, as you can see. It's gonna take us some time to get him down, especially since we can't just beat on him. But Torrent's down. Heal up. We want to grab Torrent again. Run away from the frost breath. Breath weapon, that's fine. Let's come over here. Let's beat on him. And see, this is what I mean by Mimic's just not going to do anything here. Like, this guy uses this entire lake. He's gonna do his big roar, and that really hurts. That will instantly frostbite build up you if you're not frostbitten already. And if you are frostbitten and you get hit by that, that just kills you. So we want to be careful of that. That breath single-handedly is the reason why we're on Torrent. Because you can't deal with that on foot. You just, by the time that you see it coming, you can't get out of it in time. Run away. Oh, we got frostbite. That really hurt. Do we have any? We don't. Okay. I need to take these off. I need to add. We'll add those. Let's go ahead and that's probably gonna kill Mimic. Nope, he's still alive somehow. Alright. go ahead and we'll go in. It's fine. Get Torrent back. Mimic's still holding his own. I'm impressed. But he's too far away right now to do anything. Really? Oh, blood prop. That was a big one. Okay, so dragon's down. And you only get one dragon heart from that, which is annoying, but that's all right. Okay, so seppuku is really the only thing here of note that we get in the lake. There's a couple other items here. Up on this hill, I think there's like a golden rune item. Maybe. No. I know there's one on the top of the next one. So we're going to go grab that. And then we're going to go to the church and grab ourselves a grace. All right, we already got seppuku. So we're good there. We'll grab that later. There's some smithing stones that I think they're smithing stones that are being guarded by some frost crabs. Or not frost crabs, frost lobsters. Yeah, you heard me. I said that. Frost lobsters. So they gave us upgraded lobsters. So, you know, I hope you enjoy those. We don't actually have to fight the lobsters at any point for any reason, so we are not going to. But they're there. If you want to fight them, I suppose that you can. I'm going to avoid them. So, whatever you like to do, I suppose. Go and be your little rebel self. Your Somber Stone Miner's ball bearing. We're going to grab our second to last sacred tier. There's a couple more out on the map. But this is the second to last one that we need to upgrade our potions. We'll talk to Melina here.
Spoken shall I share them? In Marika's hark, guidance, hoach the giant, let a new brandish.
And talk to Melina again.
The flame of I'm glad I must tender. Thank you. Please continue.
Buff our flask. Alright, and we should be able to level up. Yeah, we can level up. We'll go ahead and do that. From here, we're going to head up there. Just some smithing stones. 3 smithing stone 7s. And then from here, we're going to head along the riverbed. And we're going to pick up some more smithing stones. I believe it's more smithing stones. And we're going to head to the Spiritcaller Cave. And you know those Spiritcaller snails? This cave is full of those Spiritcaller snails. And they summon up like wolves and a samurai, and it's a real pain. Yeah, it's one single somber smithing stone ace. So, and there is the frost jet from the lobsters. We're just going to continue along until we get to the Spiritcaller Cave. Like I said, no reason to fight the lobsters. I'm not going to fight the lobsters. I don't suggest you fighting the lobsters unless you absolutely have to, under any circumstances ever. There's only 3 lobsters that we really need to fight in the entire game. One of them drops a larval tier, And you don't need to kill it unless you want a larval tier, which we do. And then there's 2 in the subterranean shunning grounds. And I guess technically you don't need to kill them. It just makes your life 80 bajillion times easier when trying to pick up the loot to kill them. So that's it. Those are the only lobsters that we kill. All right, get on our lantern here. Now in the live stream, I used Crepus's Vial, but it did not appear to help us. So we're gonna go ahead and forego that. Right there is a what would you call it? The floor breaks, right? But we're not gonna take that. Instead, we're gonna come down here and we're gonna deal with this snail here, and it's gonna kill those wolves. And now we're gonna go back up. And drop down the floor. Where's my floor? And you want to drop there, and then you can drop to this ledge. And so that drop there just puts us right in front of this snail here. Which is, you know, it's better for us to do it that way. And also, we drop this snail here. Just like that. So instead of having to come around and approach both of those 2 snails from the front, we can just drop them from the back. But the other snail there that we did first, we'd have to approach him from a different direction that is extraordinarily painful unless we did it that way. Now, this snail here, if you just stay crouched, you can just walk up onto the snail. And he doesn't know you're there until you're like right there. And then the snail's dead. But then this other snail here, now he knows you're here. You're just gonna run right at the snail, kill the snail, and then everything else drops. Well, everything else is supposed to drop. But that frees us up now to go pick up our loot. Get your white reed armor set for you samurai boys. Get your white cured meat, invigorating style. And now we have ourselves a boss fight. So we're gonna use our flask, blood flame blade, enter in the mist, summon mimic. This is another Spiritcaller Snail fight. Unlike the other one though, you actually have to fight these dudes. So you're gonna get the Godskin Apostle, then after that a Godskin Noble, and then after that the snail will appear. The snail doesn't appear until after you fight the Godskin Noble, and you can't just go around and look for it. Like you actually have to do this fight. Unlike the other one, where you could just kill the snail by looking for the light on the ground, and you didn't have to fight the Crucible Knight. In this one, unfortunately, you do have to do the fight. Oh, my trinkets are wrong. And then there's the snail. And then he's dead. If you don't kill it fast enough, I think if you don't kill it fast enough, he'll disappear and summon them up again, and then you just have to fight them again. But since they're dead, we'll go back to the First Church of America. And we're going to head... You know, as you can tell, we don't have a map yet, but we're going to go get that here in a little bit. We don't really need it right now, but we're going to get it. We're on our way there. Don't worry. We're on our way there. We're going to come over here. We're going to kill a couple of dogs, grab a couple of rune items, and then take a spirit spring. And then once we're done with the spirit spring, we're going to hop into an Everjail. And then once we're done with the Everjail, we're going to do, if we have time, which we should, we're going to do a puzzle tower. And after the puzzle tower, we're going to end the episode. But in the very next episode, the first thing we're going to do is go grab that map. So, we will get the map. If there's enough time in this episode, we'll grab the map this episode. But it'll probably be at the start of next episode. All right, so go ahead and enter into the Everjail. Pop your flask. Pop your perfume. Blood flame blade. And then we're gonna fight Vyke. Honestly, if you wanted to use a different weapon buff, you could use the lightning armament because he's weak to lightning. But as you can see, it didn't really, make a difference. You definitely want to stay aggro on him though, like 100% aggression as much as you can. If you let him get his lightning stuff off, you're gonna have a really bad time. Okay, so now we're done with that. We're gonna go up to the freezing lake, Grace. And we're going to switch around our gear a little bit. Not necessarily because I like the way that it looks, but because it gets us up to 51 poise. We're going to wear the fingerprint armor. And it doesn't look terrible. Alright, it's not terrible. It matches the aesthetic of the Bloodhound's Fang. It's a little bit heavier than our Raging Wolf armor, but we're still able to wear it and not be a heavy load with the equipment that we have. But like I said, the important thing is it gets us up to our 51 poise. All right, so we have enough here to level, so we're gonna level. And we're going to switch up. Oh, we need to store some of this stuff too. Alright, so we're going to switch up our weapons here. Where's my claymore? So we're going to need a holy weapon. Alright. And then we're going to go ahead and pop up here. We want to get rid of this stuff. And we want this stuff. Okay. I'm sad. On the live stream character, he dropped his the Sun Realm shield. That would have been cool to pick up. Alright, get your stimulating boluses. And now we're gonna run on an invisible bridge. We're gonna head just straight across here. You don't need to be dropping stones yet. You can if you want to, but you know, we only have a couple. But once we get to about here, we want to start dropping stones because we're looking for the path up. So it's not there. Okay, and as long as we stay in between those two lines, we'll be good. Oh, where's the path? Come on. Nope, not there. Oh. We found it. And you can kind of see the mist here. That's the path, right? Alright, so we'll go ahead and pop off. We open the seal. Alright, so now that we're done with that, we're going to go ahead and go up the stairs. Oh, excuse me, hold on. The live streaming and then the recording all day has got my throat all messed up. Alright, so let's go and ride this up. And then kill this dude. And then grab this. And you should get your legendary incantation and sorceries achievement once you pick that up. If you've been following the guide, you get your achievement there. I'm pretty sure that that's the case. If you haven't been following the guide, I can't help you. I have no idea. I have no idea what you missed. I would say if you're having problems, if achievements aren't popping for you, and you're following the guide, my guess is you haven't been following the whole guide, and you started in like halfway through, or you started in on this episode and you picked that up, and you're like, oh, but I didn't get my achievement. What do you mean? It's like, well, I would suggest going back through and following the whole guide, and you should get your achievement. Now, these things here, the first time you pop them, they drop a rune item, so we're just gonna go ahead and pop them. In Liurnia of the Lakes, they drop rune 6s. Here they drop rune 12s. This guy wants to come back. That's fine. We can deal with that. There's one over there. We're gonna drop this one first. And then we're gonna drop this one. Alright, so we got our rune items. And then you see all these barricades here? We're just going to head towards those. And right up here, there's a grace. And we're going to rest at the grace. And you know what? Why not? Let's go get... No, we're at 32 minutes. So no map this episode. First thing next episode is we're getting our map. And I will go ahead and see you all then.